Aosin, I'm getting my Dota restarted because of that weird crash. Steven, you still in the game?
Yep. I'm watching the draft as it happens.
Oh my goodness, let's reconnect to this guy before things end up going further afield. But how you doing, my man? We're here taking a look at the lower bracket continuation. It is Team Empire versus Spartak Esports. You've said multiple times that you feel like Empire is the favorite going into this. Talk to me about that and how you see these two teams squaring up against each other.
I definitely am gonna stick to my predictions. I think that Empire is still the stronger team.
5 seconds remaining.
But even if that is the case, Spartak, they had a very impressive showing with their lineup so far. I think that they do have what it takes, and they second picked the Enchantress. I think they might have found their game-winning strategy here.
Yeah, this is the way to go. It's something that worked out well for them in the past. It was Yoku playing it the other day, and he went absolutely crazy. They ended up running it with the Faceless Void, though, which is why I think that we see that taken in the second, or what rather in the third pick overall for Team Empire. The combination of Yoku just throwing out those impetus shots inside of a chronosphere. They were actually able to even like outrange G and cause a lot of issues for that sniper. Like, it was a really, really great Void and Enchantress combination.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. But Team Empire, they're gonna take that away from them the moment they see the first pick of Ancient Apparition. They take the Lich and the Void themselves, and I actually I really like this opening draft from Team Empire because, one, the Void, sometimes it's used to pair up with the Ancient Apparition. It's a very straightforward setup, but at the same time, by picking up the Lich, you potentially destroy this Ancient Apparition's early game, because not only do you deny the experience from the carry player, but you also deny it from the Ancient Apparition. So both of them are going to be suffering quite a bit. Ancient Apparition already has a hard time hitting that level 6, but now it's going to be even more difficult.
Definitely. So we'll have to see how they contend with that. And of course, that's one of the nice parts about it. Maybe what you could end up seeing is, Spartak taking a strong laning hero like a Sven, pair that together with the AA, and then you can force everybody out of lane a little bit more, or you just find a kill onto those heroes. And even if there are sacrifices going on, could still run into issues. But we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be Spartak style, if they're going to go for something else. What about Team Empire? Has there been anything that stood out to you that's characterized their play, or is it just sort of I feel like Ghost Tick has been a big part of all of the big wins that they've had, playing a couple games on Axe and other things like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ghost Tick was MVP for me on his Axe the other day, but if it really does feel like Team Empire, they need FN to have a good game. I mean, everyone on the team plays incredibly well, but at the end of the day, FN is the one who normally does the heavy lifting. I think Chappie is a great carry player as well, but they normally put him on heroes that can't really win you the game. It's usually FN who's on those heroes, so they have to be on the lookout to actually make sure that he is having a good start, and not like some of the games that they had, especially when they played against Na'Vi. I think FN was on heroes that just really couldn't do anything in the matchups that they had.
Yeah, and that's sort of the problem that they run into, is if you don't have that playmaking hero for FN, or just somebody that can carry out of the mid lane, it's not going to end up working out. And then all the other heroes are put there to enable him to have that good game. So Clockwork is now going to be there. Could be Maposhka Clockwork, could be the Ghost Stick Clockwork. We don't know yet, but we've seen both of them play it at various points, and now Spartak are going to go back for the Kunkka. So that, I'm assuming, is going to be a Chuvash Kunkka. Or actually, no. Yeah, and probably Yoku's still on the Enchantress.
Yeah, I definitely like the Kunkka pickup when you see these type of heroes. One being, you can use them as a setup for your Ancient Apparition, also to catch people in general, but also in the event, a Chronosphere comes out and a Chain Frost comes out, you can actually throw the boat into the Chronosphere so that you lessen the damage and also slow down the Void's damage output.
It's one of the best teamfight ultis, and when you can put it together with a Chronosphere on your team, it's obviously great, and then it's also good when you use it against the Chrono. like you were saying. The other thing that I kind of like is it gives them some of that early roaming potential with the Enchantress. You know, sometimes the problem that you end up having with Enchantress is that, you know, you can chase really far and you can run people down, but once they get under tower, then they kind of move outside of your periphery of damage. With Kunkka, if they're too far forward, you get the X on them, Tauren, and Enchantress should have enough damage with the creep to kill just about anybody.
Definitely. And, well, interesting to see the Troll pick up. It's not exactly the greatest when it comes to pairing up with the Void, but it is still capable of dealing damage to the Chronosphere. Might be seeing him go for maybe some more mobility items, I would imagine. I think Troll Warlord could possibly use a Shadow Blade this game, simply because the Void can focus on a select number of heroes, and then Troll Warlord just kind of sneaks around and finds the Kunkka, finds the AA, and just blows them up. So.
Turn to
I feel like this is probably I don't know. I'm not sure what this laning setup looks like from Empire, because you've got like Void.
Oh, there should be an offlane Void then.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Unless it's Troll mid somehow, which seems kind of awkward.
I think it's all right against the Queen of Pain.
Okay.
I think it's better if they
5 seconds remaining.
if they were to put the Void in the off lane and then they put the Troll in the safe lane. You can have the Lich pair up with the Void so that he has a decent time, and then you have a better matchup for the Queen of Pain, as well as like a better follow up for the Faceless Void.
All right. I mean, one route that they could go with this is take something weird like a Magnus as the last pick for Empire.
I think they should pick Mirana, honestly.
Remaining.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
The way FN plays it, he's going to have the damage to follow up on the Chronosphere, and I don't think he has like set up with the Chronosphere. I mean, the Clockwork. You can always hookshot Cog and then follow up with an arrow. So definitely something to look out for.
All right. What about Spartak? They take the Queen of Pain for BZZ most likely. So now very much signaling that this is going to be that Enchantress in the offlane. We assume that it was based on Yoku's play yesterday, and that does sort of leave open the possibility of Kunkka either roaming mid or roaming top.
Team Empire's turn to
They're going to take the Sven, so they're going to be the one that end up running it with the AA. Classic combo.
So they ban out the Bad Rider. They're really convinced that, or maybe not really, but they're gonna bank on the fact that Troll's gonna be mid instead.
You may now select your
Puck
heroes.
gonna be the follow-up hero. Is gonna be that classic Queen of Pain versus Puck matchup. Ghostic is gonna be offlaning this Void.
All right. Should have a decent time in lane. There's some issues with like stun and cold feet, but you can obviously time walk away from it. Just need to be very judicious with the usage of that and make sure that you don't get baited out.
I like this adjustment from Empire. One of the nice things about having that Void can be played either as carry or the off lane. You never really know until the very end. So they're going to be making the adjustment. And like you said, the Faceless Void is going to be a good answer to this very high kill potential lane that is Ancient Apparition as well as Sven.
Yeah. Gives Mapushka room to roam around on his Clockwork as well, and maybe mirror the movements of the Kunkka. I don't know if we're going to be seeing like 4 heroes mid the entire time. It feels like that might not accomplish too much. Maybe you could like go for some Cogs pushback. Can Chuvash really do much in that lane though?
I don't think so, really. It's really difficult. You're kind of banking on FN to make a mistake, like, right. You know, wait for him to orb and then you X him kind of mistake, but I don't think he's going to fall for that. And at the same time, I don't think Team Empire are going to dual lane mid simply because you're against a offlane Enchantress, which could potentially just ruin your Troll's life. So probably going to be helping out the Troll more than the Puck.
Yeah. Well, a couple things to keep in mind as we get ready to move into this game number 1 of the lower bracket matchup. Team Empire and Spartak. This was actually a rematch of the first round where they played against each other, and Empire was able to 2-0 for the win. We also have had some issues in the past with Spartak making sure that all of their players are getting into the game. The other day we had like a 20-minute long pause And hopefully we don't have those same issues again today. It looks like this one is, wait, Soul of Cinder. Did he change his name?
The Soul of Cinder. I don't know.
Wait, what the hell? Is this not Arc? This has got to be Arc, right?
I don't know how you would find out.
Let
me go take a look at his recent.
Yeah.
I think it's a stand-in.
Are they really? What the hell? Let me look back through here and see if. That's really interesting. I totally thought that this was Arc, but it does look like, yeah, Soul of Cinder. Unless he changed his name. We're gonna do a little bit of research real quickly.
I tried to look it up. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
The only thing that showed up was Comanche Resolution, but I don't know if this is Resolution. So.
Yeah, I doubt it. Well, we're getting into this game number 1, and yeah, it's Arc. Okay, I'm on track Dota right now, so he just changed his name. So it definitely is Arc. He is playing. Sorry for any confusion, everybody.
Well, I mean, he changed his name for a reason, so we're gonna have to refer to him as Soul of Cinder now.
Okay.
Maybe he played Dark Souls.
Maybe.
Wait, did you ever play Dark Souls?
I played Dark Souls 1. I didn't play the other ones. It's a pretty good game, though. Maposhka deciding to turn right now. FN was sort of daring them to walk forward here. Is BZZ actually far away from the other rune? Are they going to give this over to Yoku?
30
We'll
seconds
see.
to battle.
He still has 30 seconds, so I don't think so.
Yeah.
He'll be on time.
Okay. Well, top lane now, Misha as well as Arc. They are going to be sort of just staring down Ghost Stick. I'm curious if he decides to walk in for that. Seems somewhat unlikely. As far as sort of wards placed around the map, there was one placed by the Dire. We do have the movement in right now by the Clockwork, and he's going to try and get the pushback onto BZZ. So Maposhka is going to be kind of annoying there. Wasn't able to get it off. And in fact, he's going to, well, eventually get
We got one push.
There it is. They're also going to miss this first creep here as well. So this is a nice start so far for Empire and the puck matchup.
Looks like they will be starting as a dual lane.
And we'll see what Maposhka's plan is. He's going to block out the camp, yeah.
All right. They did their research. This is how you deal with the offlane Enchantress.
Yeah.
Just don't let them get creeps.
Oh, can they steal his tree? Oh, he didn't steal it. He wanted it. Shubash wasn't quite able to get there. And yeah, both of the camps, they're just going to have to back on out now. This Enchantress not going to have as good of a start because there's no creeps to take at all.
Oh, this is interesting too. Look at the bottom lane. They block their own camp to make sure that the Enchantress actually cannot even take these camps as well.
Yeah. They're doing a really good job of shutting that down. And so as far as like other things to take, there's like Speed Aura. She's probably not going to want to make that movement all the way back to the other side. Look at Maposhka here. Going to come in and try and push back BZZ a bit more.
Oh, he's going for the courier.
He's trying to take it down. Is going to be able to get the courier snipe. No items on it, but BZZ, that was a far initiation for it. I wonder if they could have found that kill, and he didn't have Blink again for a while. I don't know about that decision by FN. It looked like Maposhka had him.
It's a tough call. He probably figured that Maposhka would be able to catch him with its boots because BZZ doesn't have any movement speed, right? So he probably just walked away thinking, okay, you got this. I don't want to miss that much farm. Just goes back into the lane.
Yeah. Too bad. That missed kill opportunity there. It does mean that they basically get away with the courier for free, but it's still Puck having a really great time at the beginning of this. 10-6 versus 4-0. He's just stomping on him.
And the thing is, traditionally, Puck does very well in this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the plus side of it is they are just going to hit a torrent and phase shift already used. They are going to be able to jaunt away, but the jump forward, they found FN. That's going to be a huge kill. First blood, and they needed that one.
That one's gotta hurt. Playing a little too aggressively there. I think he still has to kind of respect the fact that the Kunkka is off the map. Could always be there.
Well, Maposhka still causing issues. Another Cogs pushback there. And it does look like that 3-minute mark. We also have already a double or triple stack on the Ancients. So Sven is going to have a nice little stack to come back to at the end. The only unfortunate part is that Empire is really just outlaning them across everywhere. I mean, Troll is 17 and 10. Enchantress has gotten a decent amount, and well, they might need to get into a little bit of a battle here. Chappie manning up, slowing down. Yoku, they are going to be able to chase him down here, but the heal does get off. They catch him in the Cogs. I don't know if they have enough damage to bring him down, and in fact, Maposhka might be the one that ends up going down. Going for the TP away is going to end up falling, and Yoku just stands tall. My God.
And at the same time, up on top lane, Sven and its team end up finding the Lich as well.
Well, 0-3 so far for the start, and Spartak is finding the kills. They're still getting out CS, but if you get those kills, it doesn't end up really mattering that much.
Yep, definitely.
All right. I heard a smoke. That was the Clockwork. He's going to run immediately into Chuvash here, and that smoke ends up getting broken, and they're going to get the D ward. All right, that's not great. That's not great at all.
FN is still doing very well in this mid lane, though.
Yeah.
BZZ is only level 4.5. FN is already 5.5, getting very close to that level 6. Somewhat surprised to see that FN goes for the extra level of Orb instead of Waning Rift. A lot of the times whenever you see this matchup, people go for the extra silence just to really dominate the Queen of Pain in this lane.
I mean, what do you think is the reasoning behind that then?
I think he's just going to go for the farming route. Yeah. You take the extra Orb to make sure you can secure your own farm. And even with one level of Waning Rift, you can still shut down the Queen of Pain.
Right. That's fair enough. And he really is shutting her down. Has significantly more denies than she has last hits, and it doesn't really feel like that's going to change all that much. Got so much base damage, the double null tally build out of FN. I mean, what do you do at this instance for Spartak? Like, is it that big of a concern since they already got a kill on Puck, or do they need to like make some type of rotation?
It's a concern.
Okay.
But what can you really do about it?
Middle
right?
tower is under attack.
You have a level 2 Kunkka who has basically a melee, almost a melee range X. I don't think you can really rely on him to catch out heroes for you. But Queen of Pain, he's only just level 5, so even if they wanted to burst the Puck down, I don't even think they have the damage for it. They're gonna be running in, but
they use their orb. He's gonna have to use the Dream Coil for that, but that's like it said, it's almost as if he doesn't even care. They have the X, but he can go for the phase shift, and there's the jump away. Has the bottle brought out as well as stick charges. FN playing the margins beautifully.
He's just gonna hold on to all of this, go for the shrine instead.
Yeah. Well, about perfectly played for FN.
Yeah, no more resources on the Kunkka, or not the Kunkka, but not much on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain taking a bit of damage, but no coil.
Yep.
But this bottom lane, Yoku not having the best start, but still making it look very easy when it comes to pressuring this lane.
Yeah.
Forcing Chappie to go into the jungle, and he's already pressuring this tower. Got phase boots as well as a enchanted catapult.
So each time that ends up pushing underneath the tower, he's going to get a good bit of damage out from it. Like I said, 0-3 start. It's a little bit of a lead for Spartak, but experience very heavily in the favor of Empire. And I think, honestly, like that's a differential I made off of the denies that FN has. Like, he has so much CS. And all of this is lane creeps, pretty much.
Yeah. Not only that, but you also have the Lich on the Empire side as well, so EXP for days. Yeah. Oh, looks like Ark is gonna suffer the same fate. Gonna position himself in the jungle now. Gonna be giving EXP to the supports instead.
Radiant's
I think the biggest difference, though, is that your tower actually isn't going down, whereas Empire's bottom tier 1, it's gonna go down shortly. Yeah. Look at Yoku. He doesn't even have to put himself at risk. Just catapult shot after catapult shot. Can't even deny it because of how much damage it does.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how great that is. So Yoku has himself this catapult done, makes the pressure happen. The other thing that we got to sort of keep our eyes on is that our Sven does have now, how many is this? Like a 4 or 5 stack on the Ancients. And depending upon when they want to take this, this could be a nice little infusion of gold for that Sven to catch back up.
Yeah, definitely. He can do it soon. He has the Mask of Madness, and he also has his ulti up, but unfortunately, I think without the Shrine there's a potential where he just gets mauled by the Ancients, so he does have to be a little careful.
Yeah. Alright. Pushka level 4. They're sort of in the area of the Enchantress, but I don't really know what they're hoping to accomplish here. Maybe just waiting for the lane to push so they can soak up experience, but regardless, it doesn't really end up amounting to much. Empire here, they're going to get level 6 relatively soon from a Pushka, and maybe that's when they can make some more stuff happen and do it with FN, who's going to be finishing up that Veil really soon, and top net worth with Queen of Pain still keeping up at least somewhat. It's not a complete and total stomp in terms of net worth placement.
Yeah, definitely. Which is like really surprising when you just purely look at CS. He's like 30 CS ahead, but he's actually not that far ahead. Probably because of the First Blood. So First Blood really helping out BZZ in that regard.
Yep. Alright, well, Misha walking over. You do have FN with the Veil newly completed at 10 minutes in. This is a very farmed puck. That's all there is really to say about it.
Yeah, he's definitely farmed, but not in a way where, you know, it's unstoppable. I mean, if you look at the net worth, he's actually only 200 gold ahead of the Enchantress as well as the Sven. So both sides just keeping it very even right now. He is smoked up though by himself. See if he can make anything of this.
Oh, heading in for Chuvash. They might have an inkling that he's there. They are indeed going to. Coil dropped, as well as the orb, the silence, and the kill. All right, but maybe an opportunity here.
Pocha is level 6, but dude, I don't know if this is enough. There's still a heal, and Vanscore isn't level 6 yet, so I don't think they really have the damage.
Sacrifice?
It's kind of baiting. This TP now. Okay. I don't think they go on this because Lich isn't 6 yet, and Enchantress just needs to hit like the heal button, and all of a sudden you just don't have any damage.
Yeah, and now the double catapult. He's actually going to do so much damage to this. Chuvash is behind him to make sure that they don't end up running into issues, but the tower is already down like 400 HP. The hook shot misses off the mark, and Chappie looking for the opening. Maybe they can find a kill here. Ghostek walking forward. They're going to be able to turn now onto that Enchantress, dealing some good damage, and, well, they've got a follow-up chrono if they need it, but honestly, they can just bring the rest of the town in, and Empire and a nice couple kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kind of surprised that Spartak didn't show any respect to like a potential setup from Team Empire. I mean, it is 5 heroes, but losing pretty much your top net worth, or one of your top net worth heroes, as well as delaying the Kunkka from his 6 is a little risky.
For sure. So Sven, in the meantime, has been able to continue to farm up around the map. He took out that big old stack as well, so he is, you know, top net worth, big dog, building towards his Echo Saber now has the first component of it, as Chuvash is going to end up dying here. FN has been found, but should end up living through this, and, well, after the fact, he's also got a regen rune, so there's not a great way for them to stop this.
Well, Chuvash is definitely not dead. He got the kill. He is nice and healthy.
Oh, look out. All right, yeah, I was mixed up.
Miposhka was in no man's land, trying to get some information out, but does get caught out. So nice little pick off for Spartak. So this is kind of what you do as a clockwork. You know? Just run around. Oh, this is a newly placed ward.
Yeah.
They're gonna be baiting Chappie a bit. No.
They don't want to throw their lives away there. Well, Ghostic and Miposhka, or rather Vanscore, are up here in the top lane. If somebody shows up, they've got an easy chain frost for him. Still not a very aggressive start to this one. They're going to be able to find the Enchantress, and that should be the kill. They actually didn't pull him inside the Troll Warlord with the Enchantress, but it doesn't matter. FN was there for the follow-up. They get the kill. Now, Chappie back to farming some more.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Get the boat, they get the scream. Quick kill on Miposhka. Man, that was a lot of hate from Miposhka.
FN is also in a little bit of trouble. The A-Blast is going to come in. They find him there as well. The chase is going to come, and Torrent actually ended up double backing. Nicely done, FN. He's going to be able to get his wand charges off now. Silence follows. There's the Dream Coil. It's going to end up being able to throw out that Chronosphere, and FN turns it back around, takes down the Queen of Pain. Big plays indeed. This Ghost Stick is going to be kited here. Can they do anything else? There's the time dilation. On cooldown now, and the Chain Frost bouncing a little bit, but it's only between creeps. I think Empire needs to back out at this point.
What a great turnaround from FN, just putting in the mind games and outplaying Spartak. Gives his team enough time to back him up, secure himself, the Queen of Pain.
Yep. Very well done. Well, that is going to be another initiation coming in now. The Clockwork has been able to find the Sven. I don't know if that was the play, though, necessarily, as he just gets blown the hell up.
Just Clockwork doing Clockwork things.
All right. Are you getting any lag on the server right now at all?
I appear to be fine. Okay. No issues here.
Trying to figure out what's going on. It seems like there's some issue going on, but we'll just keep working through it, see if we can make this work. 15 minutes in, Spartak with a little bit of a lead in terms of net worth, but experience still in the favor of Empire. As you mentioned, a lot of it due to the Lich. But how do you see the next couple of minutes going here? Do you feel like Empire need to try and make stuff happen with this Clockwork 6? Like, you wanted to go in there, obviously. It didn't end up working out. Maybe try and find a kill onto the Sven, possibly?
I think they need to wait a little bit. They don't have a Chrono, nor do they have the Chain Frost or Hookshot. I mean, those are coming up momentarily, but more importantly is the Chronosphere. Gonna need another 30 seconds on that.
Just keep on going in with this Enchantress to split push with the catapults, and this tower now in the bottom lane is down to just 600 HP. Hookshot connects on to the Ancient Apparition. Nisha gonna throw out his ultimate, but will end up dying. And now looking for more. Yoku should be able to get himself away from there, and now BZZ shows up as well. Miposhka under a little bit of fire, but we'll be fine. Turn around there as well. On to Troll. Chappie gonna get caught out, but they use the Chronosphere down here to the south. So multiple different fights going on around the map. They're gonna be able to take down Yoku, but they lose their Troll Warlord, and Chuvash wanting to find himself some more. They're gonna jump forward, and the X just to end up trying to keep himself alive. FN able to dodge away from the Torrent. They find the kill. A big win there for Empire.
What a chaotic team fight, but like you said, small victory for Team Empire. They did have to commit everything, though. And they managed to find 3 kills off of it, but they're going to have to go back into hiding and wait. Whereas Spartak, they're going to build up on this Sven continuously. He does have the Blake Dagger now, so I think this is where Spartak are going to feel a little more comfortable taking or finding fights here and there.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Sven is, like you said, getting more and more farmed, and they continue to make these stacks for him. So another 3 stacks of Ancients here. He's well on his way.
They're gonna smoke up.
To being able to make this play. Yeah, I'm kind of curious where they're planning on going with this, because like they're kind of in a position to take the stack, but apparently they want to fight. So I'll have to wait and see. Maposhka waiting for the rune. Throws out the torrent, connects onto the clockwork. Nothing generated there, though.
Well, the dream is to... Oh, they're going to try to stack again and realize they can't stack it. No, he walks away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Best case scenario is you take a fight near the Ancients, and then you win the fight with God's Strength, and then you could still have a long enough duration on it to farm the Ancients. So maybe they want to try to find something near the Ancient stack for that purpose. But Chappie, he's trying to sneak Roshan.
Yeah, this is a really good play. If they're able to steal this one, and it does look like the Ancient Apparition Blast is going to go out. They can get here pretty quickly. Bashed by Roche as well. Chappie going to pop ultimate, wanting to get into there, but Solar Cinder jumps forward. He's going to be able to find the stun. No, the stun, it doesn't end up working, but they end up taking him down. Oh my god.
He missed the stun, but he just hit Roshan and cleaved him. He got back.
Oh my god. And now FN. He does get the Eul Scepter lift up. The orb, he manages just barely to get away from that one. So, not the way that they wanted that to go at all. Empire in a bad way now. As Spartak, they walk forward. There's going to be the boat. This is what they needed to have happen. Also going to be able to blow up at least one, but it's not what they needed. The Faceless Void is down now because of it, and Spartak have just taken over this game.
Ark is playing a great Sven right now. Did you see that dodge?
Yeah, that was great.
That was sick.
Well,
but this is kind of why Sven is such a great hero. I mean, he popped the God Strength. He walked in, hit the stun on Roshan. You know, it doesn't connect with this Troll, but he just cleaves Roshan, and Troll died in one cleave because he was already had lowered health due to the AA blast as well as the Roshan as well.
Yeah.
All
right.
That was so unfortunate for Empire.
Yeah. Certainly not what you would want to have happen. Spartak ready to push up this top lane. They're taking the tower. And we do have Clockwork, who is sort of seeing if they can maybe make some type of defense here. I don't know. I think he's probably just going to end up leaving. Like, it's too hard to take this fight. Maybe if Spartak push for the tier 2, then he ends up coming around, but it looks like they're just going to try and split push and maybe take this mid tier 1 as well, as FN is there with the DD, ends up getting it for free. And maybe they'll come back to defend tier 2 if they push for that.
I'm just really surprised that they didn't help Chappie at all at that Roshan fight. Especially after seeing the AA blast come in, you have to expect something.
Right.
Or at least prepare for it. Oh, bottom lane though. Not gonna connect.
Chuvash getting a little bit greedy there, not using the X. All right, 8 to 9, 20 minutes into this. It's a 2,000 net worth lead for Spartak. And where do they go from here? What's the play, do you think? With this Aegis still up for 2 minutes left, do you try and maybe run down a tier 2 tower at this point?
I think the game is still very, very even. Even with the Aegis, you have to be extremely cautious of the fact that you can lose a team fight to a Chronosphere and the Puck Coil. Because Empire, they're only down about 2k, so they still have the net worth as well as the levels to win these fights as long as they start the fights properly. Ghost Stick does have that Shadow Blade as well, so the potential for a good Chronosphere is definitely there.
He popped God Strength. I feel like that might have been a mistake. He's just like chilling. He's all red and angry, but
he wants to hit this.
Right, but like what?
It was mistimed. Look, it just runs out too. Oh man, that's not what you want. It's gonna go in, not gonna connect.
All right, that was a little bit strange. Puck is able to. I mean, he wanted to obviously catch the puck as the puck was coming out, but that didn't end up working. Okay, well that was peculiar.
Poshka, very near. Oh no, he's gonna get spotted.
They got him. Chappie up here top. They are going to be able to pull him back in, and that should be a kill, I believe. Chappie ends up getting the bash. Maposhka goes for the initiation, but
great force
Sonic Wave, and they should be able to get that kill. Meanwhile, across the other side of things, we do have FN that also dies.
Dire's bottom tower.
All right, Empire is really struggling right now.
Yeah, just getting caught out all over the place. Its initiation is very key in this matchup. If you get caught out by the Kunkka, you put yourself in a very difficult position. It pretty much makes it so that your Void is going to have to commit his Chronosphere immediately if you want to turn the fight around. Otherwise, you have to give up whoever's X.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Kale has settled down a little bit. And Ghostic is here to try and snipe the Courier, it looks like. So we got something. It's very little in the grand scheme of things, but it's something. The Aegis is going to expire.
It's a nice pickup. It's like more gold than a lot of other things would have given you.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Like, it doesn't feel like it, but the game is still very close.
Yeah. Well, I guess that sort of harkens back to what we've talked about a little bit, is this Troll Warlord versus Sven matchup. That if Chappie is able to get into those items and sort of, you know, get this BKB at a decent timing, he can sort of man fight the Sven, who is granted 3,000 gold in the lead, but it's not like that's a hugely significant item difference yet once the BKB comes out for Troll.
Yeah, definitely. The scary part is that Sven has the BKB.
Right.
So with the BKB, like, the only way you can shut him down is what you have to basically chrono him, or you have to hook shot and cog him. Otherwise, he's gonna be able to move around freely in these team fights and do a ton of damage to you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And well, Spartak is also not feeling entirely comfortable with their position right now. It looks like they're farming together very closely around the map, not wanting to get initiated on. But that does mean that they're basically going to be giving up a tier 2 tower for free.
Yeah, I think it just kind of goes back to the idea that while they are kind of ahead, they still have to be extremely cautious of this Puck and Void.
Well, they're going to be moving mid now.
Oh, the smoke was broken. We're just going to get away.
So no pickup there. Maybe they can force back the rest of Empire. Empire will be able to get this tier 2 tower, but Spartak is set up to try and trade towers in the bottom lane. Roshan potentially they're responding in about a minute, which will make things a little bit easier for whoever ends up picking that one up. But around that Roche fight, is it pretty much Empire that's going to have the advantage because of the big AoE ultis?
I would have to believe so, but all it takes is one small mistake. Like, if they have vision on the Void, for example, and you jump the Void first, you're in a very good spot to win the team fight.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like we were talking about, just a 1K lead across the board for both of these two teams. And we're going to have to wait and see if they can find the initiation that they want.
Dire are scanning.
Sick walking forward, they scan, they hit right now onto that Enchantress, realizing that there's heroes in the area. And maybe an opportunity here to bait it out and find that chrono. If they want it on Yoku right now, they have it. They're just going to drop it right there. Going forward, though. Ben shows up. They're right there onto Chappie. He's dead before the ulti, and the BKB even ends up coming out. They take down 2. That is a great trade already for Spartak, and now finding more Vanscore is in trouble. He's going to end up dying as well. They take down 3. There's no buyback, and FN need to do everything they can to cut the creep wave, but they're going to have a couple creeps here to break back to protection. This is scary.
Oh, it's not over yet. Sven has got another one. They're giving pursuit right now. Clockwork. He still has hook.
All right. He gets over to the Ancients, but
But he's an
Maposhka,
FTP.
yeah, he's going to end up going down regardless. So another kill going their way. BZZ finds the kill, and if they want to now, they can move down any of these lanes. Or at the very least, sort of like ensure that they can get Roshan, because it's back up now, and they don't have clock for 23.
That Sven stun on the troll was incredibly important. Troll wasn't able to get his BKB off in time, didn't pop it when he saw the Sven blink in. And if that's the case, I mean, Sven with God's strength, he killed the troll in like what, 3 hits?
Yeah,
3 or 4 hits. And the worst part is he still popped his BKB. So now 1 second lower now on overall on his BKB, and didn't even contribute to the team fight.
yeah. Well, and thankfully, at least Chronosphere is back up again, so they're going to be able to take the fight around the Roche Pit if that happens. It doesn't look like Spartak want to try and push the issue. They didn't have God's strength for it, obviously. But that much more close to putting themselves in a position where they could maybe close out the game. It's only 3,000 net worth lead. But it's feeling like that momentum is shifting further and further into the favor of Spartak. Open qualifier team.
This is supposed to be the Team Empire sister team too, right?
I think that it used to be. That's what it was, but I don't know if it... Oh yeah, it should be still, yeah.
I hear it's the same ownership. That's what I hear.
I'll have to find out about that. That'd be pretty interesting if it didn't end up happening like
Dire's
that.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
It's
top
kind of like
tower
the
is
old
under attack.
MVP.
Right, MVP Phoenix and Hot
Yeah,
6.
Hot 6 is supposed to be the main team, but Phoenix ended up being the real team.
It's funny the way that works sometimes. Oh.
Dire's bottom
BZZ,
tower is
Shivas,
under
and
attack.
Vale. They're moving in now for Roche. And it might take a little while since they don't want to pop God's Strength, obviously. But if you get Aegis and Cheese, potentially put yourself up 1-0 in this best-of-3
Dire's
series.
bottom tower is
They're
under
making their way
attack.
over right now. This could be
Radiant's top tower
a game
is under
changer
attack.
in this area, but it looks like Spartak not going to be taking the risk. Uh-oh. Ark has to be careful. If he gets caught out here, this is going to be so bad.
Well, also BZZ doesn't want to get caught out here.
Oh, they see
Maposhka,
him.
they find him. There's the initiation. They pop the BKB, turn to fight. They're not going to be doing as much
Three of
damage
them are their
because
own
he got it
chrono.
off. He actually ended up chronoing a lot of his own team. Chappie does manage to get it off the
Oh my
turnaround, though. Oh, lordy, lordy. That was not the play. They need to be careful about the chain frost.
Wait,
What?
Oh, no, what?
What? How does that happen? Oh my god. Alright, well, they win the fight, but that should not have been a kill onto the Sven.
Oh, man. That was... I mean, I'm not going to point fingers, but Yoku kind of force-staffs himself into...
He's like, let me give you a hug. Wow, a great team fight, though. Really unfortunate there. The Chronosphere, I guess it just must have been a miscommunication. Like,
I think so, too. That was two of your own teammates in the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Not how you want to start the fight. And I mean, your main damage is the Troll Warlord. If the Troll Warlord's in there,
Radiant's top
the
tower
Sven is not going to be dying, especially since he's a BKB on him.
Yeah.
Puck is not going to contribute to that.
they didn't quite deal enough damage, obviously, because Sven was able to get the BKB off himself, and then, like, everything was left with the Troll when he was inside the Chronosphere, and he popped his BKB. I don't know if he popped his BKB before the Chrono went off also, but
He did, yeah.
yeah, so some of his BKB duration was also wasted inside of that. Yeah, Empire just not looking super crisp right now. They're sort of like, this is not the same Empire that we saw the other day.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this lineup is much harder to run. It's so... The Chronosphere doesn't exactly mesh well with the rest of the heroes that they have, so it's, like, kind of hard to coordinate. That's why I was considering, like, maybe this Troll just buys Shadowblade and maneuvers around the Chronosphere rather than, you know, making it so that the Chronosphere has to catch people or enough people in the Chronosphere and you have to stand outside of it.
Yeah. They still haven't been able to secure Roshan. It's a lot. It's very, like, disciplined play coming from Spartak. I don't know if a lot of other people would have gone for, like, this slow of a push on it, but it's clear that they need to do it, because if they get caught out inside the Roche pit, you know, it all goes belly up very quickly.
All right. Roshan round 2. Deja vu.
They back out. FN. The smoke is going to be revealed. They see everything right now. Dire have vision over FN. The smoke is about to wear off in a little bit here. It's about half completion. And will they be able to find anything? There's another visible Miposhka. Now they realize the smoke is there. Now they need to back out.
This really hurts Empire, because I think that was their last smoke. So now they're just gonna have to make assumptions, and well, Misha buys the smoke. They're gonna go for a counter smoke now.
Looking for that opening. The team is going to be back together. They're outside of vision. Dire making the move with the smoke. Seeing if they can find somebody. The Lincoln Sphere wears off on Chappie. They throw another one on him. Okay. Waiting to open up. There's the jump forward, though, and as soon as it wears off, they find him. Chronosphere is there. It's maybe a bit too late, though. Already, they're going to end up dying. The Chain Frost is going to start to bounce, but there's so many creeps here. It's not doing enough. Vanscore, he's going to be ran down. They find themselves Ghostic. He does end up living through all of that, but they still take 2 big kills, and now looking to try and even put more hurt onto Team Empire's base.
They're still chasing Miposhka too. Miposhka might be going down here. He's getting chased by BZZ, gonna get caught here.
Good
Hits the hook
away,
shot, but oh, the great X timing from Chubat.
They knew it was happening, and while this is all going on, they're also sieging. Able to take the tier 3 tower, and well, maybe more as well.
Did you see how they engaged on the troll? They saw the Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Arc just stuns the creep so that it doesn't even matter.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
That was some fancy stuff right there.
That's the way you gotta play it. Gotta do it. So
Gotta love these little things.
With 18 seconds left for Clockwork, they're gonna back out again, and you know, honestly, the fact that they haven't taken this Roche, it feels like they've been able to consistently bait Empire into bad plays. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably been better that they haven't taken it, because like Empire keeps on moving in. You talked about it, that smoke play. Empire didn't have a smoke then to be able to like counterplay against them, and then suddenly Spartak are the ones with the like tactical advantage.
Well, after all things have settled down, Roshan is still standing. I think they've been trying to contest it for almost 5 or so minutes. Queen of Pain, BZZ is now caught up. Despite that, not so great start.
Yeah.
Top net worth with the Sven.
Enchantress also has a Solar Crest stun as soon as she brings it out to herself on top of the Hurricane Pike. We're getting closer for that Queen of Pain Mjolnir magical damage build, and well, they do scan right now that Radiant are up on the high ground. Oh, this is scary.
They should just go. I think they just go.
Thinking about it. Misha gonna walk forward. Wants to throw down an Ice Vortex, but maybe doesn't have the angle. Oh, Sven, he's up there.
They're trying to get vision.
Yeah, they hit the troll there. And Empire, again, it's like a smoke that doesn't end up finding use. It's just, it's so hard to play around this Roche pit. Like, even though they're the dominant team fight, I don't know if they can actually still take it, because you've got enough net worth on Spartak, and Sven is still scary as all hell.
He's just so damn tanky right now, this Sven. You pair that up with the fact that there's a Kunkka boat coming for him every single time, and the Glimmer Cape as well. It's so hard to kill off this Sven. And if you don't deal with the Sven, I mean, you've seen how strong he is. He just cleaves your entire team apart. So.
Yeah. And now they're going to go back for this.
Like the pickle.
Empire do see that this movement is going on. And Spartak, are they going to end up getting put out of position? They back out again. So much patience by this team.
Oh, but they're standing underneath the ward.
Showing really veteran leadership, and this could be a problem. They're just waiting for that right moment to go in. Vanscore. They have another sentry down. They see everything. Oh, they're not going to be able to find
Vanscore in a lot of trouble. No. He's going to de-ward. Both teams just do not want to give up this Roshan.
They see Ghost Stick right now. They see Ghost Stick.
This is bad.
Jump forward, find the
bad.
stun, lots of damage, AA blast
some
as well.
miscommunication here,
He's gonna
though.
be able to not. Nah, he's not gonna get anything off. Now they can take this fight. Chappie is there as well, starting to bring down one. Enchantress is gonna end up falling, but Chappie too in a little bit of trouble now. Slowed for the moment.
Back. He's coming in. There's gonna be a chrono.
Yeah, they need to be real careful.
Empire needs to chase this. Ghost is just bought back. You have to go for this.
Man.
But they're gonna play it safe. Not gonna chase.
Worthy truth.
The question is, there's no God Strength. Do you go for Roshan now?
Radiant's
Since you
bottom
have
tower
Chrono,
gonna
but
do it.
nothing else.
That's the thing, like, even with Ice Blast back up, and I guess there's no Sonic Wave either, they're just very afraid.
Because it hurts so much that Ghostic just fought back for absolutely nothing. They're struggling as it is already in terms of net worth, and to have your Void buyback for that, it is looking very bad for Empire right now.
Yeah.
Gold for my chest.
Well, 11,000 net worth lead just continues to be built upon here by Spartak. And I don't think many people would have given them this good of a chance going into this game, but they're looking fabulous.
I wonder what happened. They lost 2-0 to Empire just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Now they're looking so strong. That's some very rapid improvement.
All right.
Is he gonna do this jump again?
They're baiting Chappie.
We've seen what this does.
All right, BKB out. They get the Ice Blast thrown out there. The Chronosphere ends up connecting, but Ghostic, he's going to end up dying here in this second if he's not careful. They jump in the hook shot, still containing the Sven. Baposhka going to end up dying, though. 3 are gone. It has fallen completely apart right now, and BZZ is getting chased by Chappie. All right, there's the bash. That might be the end of him. Blinks away. No more bashes. Although they do find one now on the Enchantress, but the jump forward, the kill, no buyback on any of these heroes. This is going to be another lane of racks, and GG's just called. They're done.
This Sven and this Kunkka together was such an effective combo for Spartak. They don't even care if people are baiting, right? The Sven does enough damage that he just pops ulti, blinks in, and starts hitting people. And Empire are forced to kind of just immediately react to that, and they have to commit something to deal with the Sven, right?
Yeah.
And none of them had Heaven's Halberd or anything like that, so you have to waste your ulti or your Chronosphere. And time again, Sven just doesn't die because, one, he has BKB, he has AC, and then he has a Glimmer and a Kunkka. How do you actually kill him?
Oh, totally. That's a really impressive display from Spartak. They ended up at the very beginning of the game struggling with CSing, and then they ended up starting to find a couple kills, and then eventually we saw them play around that Roche pit. Like, how long was that Roche up and in contention? It felt like that's all that was happening for the last like 15 minutes of that game.
I think it was basically because Team Empire I think they kind of realized, like, if they lost that Roshan, the game was kind of over for them, right?
Yeah.
And Spartak, they don't really have anything to worry about. They knew they were ahead. They can just waste all their time at Roshan. It doesn't really matter, because if they're wasting time, Team Empire's also wasting time. So very well played by Spartak.
Totally. All right, well, we're going to be back in just a second with game number 2. It appears we've solved some of the internet issues. Sorry for that earlier. At the very beginning of this game, there was definitely some problems and some things going on, but it all ends up working out in the end. And we will be back in just a little bit with game number 2, Team Empire versus Spartak. See you guys then.